David Monty, it's your student James Ginty. Welcome to my Los Angeles apartment. Here to the right behind me is some shrubbery next to the television because I live in a jungle. And here to the left, to further confirm that, sitting on top of my bookcase is in fact a tiger. So welcome from the jungle. This is not a goodbye to me, and I feel like that is important to begin with. You were not only a great teacher and have been a great mentor, but as my life has continued on after Interlochen, as I think you know, I have come to value your friendship very deeply, and that does not stop here. If I have my way, that doesn't stop ever. I love you very much. I love what you bring to my life and what you allow me to give to yours. So let me first say that. Then I will say that, of course, we're putting these little web videos together to thank you for the contribution that you made specifically to our time at Interlochen. My time at Interlochen was interesting. I was not the easiest student, but why would a student want to be easy? I've never met a teacher that wanted to be easy. I've never met a girl that wanted to be easy, unfortunately. Gosh, I hope you're watching this by yourself. I was difficult, but I loved Interlochen. I loved it very much. And even when I was there and struggling through my woes there, some days maybe not so much, but even then I was aware of what a unique, special place it was. And you had a gigantic amount to do with that. You were the first adult that I can think of who first showed me a level of respect that made me crave wanting to be an adult myself. That made me see the value in maturity and a belief that growing up didn't have to mean a sacrifice to my passion. It only had to mean some level or semblance of control over it. I'm doing okay on that front, by the way. No better than okay, but I'm doing okay. I'm very grateful for the respect you showed me. And I suspect, I hope, you feel respected by me, because I respect you very much. I think you are a brilliant educator, a brilliant director, a brilliant actor. Brilliant is the only adjective I currently have at my disposal. I think you ran that drama division better than anybody else in the world could have for the 20 years you did it. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your work. It was awesome. Do you remember a play we did called, is it called The Wedding Party? It's like a Chekhov play. I think I played some drunken sailor named Mozgovoy. I think that was his name. I didn't have any lines. I had like 3 lines. I don't know, some other actor in the production, I don't keep track of the other actors all the time, was, you know, doing his bit. I was just sitting at the table, and there was just, I hadn't found any business during rehearsal, not because I hadn't been looking for it. But I couldn't figure out how to enrich the background of that play so that it was alive to the audience. And I feel like you'd gotten me on me about it once before. As luck would have it, I think the props people put out a vegetable plate, and I proceeded to stick carrots up my nose. I remember very vividly as the carrots went up and my ears went open and I kind of did this kind of thing. I remember hearing your laugh from the audience. I can't say that as an actor I've ever felt like a director's approval was a goal. I mean, you obviously want them to be happy, but the work must go beyond that. It must transcend beyond that. But what was amazing about the way you laughed, for me in that moment, whether it's true or not, was that I sensed that you had allowed yourself to become an audience member in that moment. And in doing so, I realized I had become a character in that moment. And I've always carried that moment with me because it maybe was the first time I realized the connection between actor and audience is as vital as the connection between actor and actor on stage. It's just one big thing, and your contribution to it has been magic. Let's see if I can dig up one more story before I say, farewell or whatever people say on these things. Gosh, do I have another story? I felt like I did a minute ago, and I felt like it was a funny story. Oh, I've got it. It was kind of funny. I hope it was funny. It was funny to me. Not at the time, but now. Comedy is tragedy plus time. I don't remember who told me that, but I love that. Maybe it was you. My very first line on stage as an actor was in Much Ado About Nothing. I got the part because someone had gotten suspended in the production. I was a sophomore, and it's just the way you want your first line to be. I think costumes had me in a big black cape and hood, so my face was just not to be seen. It was a funeral scene, and Megan Helsel was Hero, Ryan Spawn was Claudio, and I think she was in the casket, and he was, is this the body of fair Hero? And I think my line, I know my line, I still know my line. It is, my lord. And that was my very first line on stage. But in that production, there was also a sundial. I don't know if you remember this, but this is positively fabulous. There was a sundial, and J.W. Fervor, Jack Fervor, whatever he goes by now, I don't know, was playing Don John, and he was wonderful, just wonderful, wonderful Don John. And I remember him doing this really mean, sadistic, but he had found so much humor in that part. But he was, doing this mean, sadistic monologue about how he was going to ruin everybody's world, and he was doing it in the garden, and just to add like turmoil to people's lives, he took the sundial and he turned it, so that whoever walked by would presumably then not know what time it was. I was, moving sets about, and I remember being so impressed by JW's choice that I wanted to honor it. So I came out during a set change, and before picking up the bench I was supposed to pick up, I went over to the sundial and went, ah! As if that's how someone reacts when their watch is broken. Needless to say, you quickly stopped the production to let me know that I was overdoing it just a bit. That's all I got. If there's one thing that I cannot overdo, it is telling you how grateful I am for you. Thank you for being a part of my life, and thank you for letting me be a part of yours. And I look forward to talking to you soon, because our friendship goes on. Congratulations. You did one fucking hell of a good job. I love you.